Hello once again, Pharma Life family. We seem to be blogging them one after another here at Pharma Life now in the summer. We've got lots of great people coming.
We're making up for that downtime we had in rainy season.
Yeah, I mean there's so many great people coming now to the farm, and our latest guests, and they've been here now, gosh, I don't know, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, coming up on a month, are our Swedish friends.
Hello.
Vilda and Eric.
Hi.
And family.
Rosenbald.
And
And Lemony.
And Melanie, a family of 5.
And there's also a 2.5-year-old boy.
The Viginator.
Viggy, the Viginator. And Charlize.
And Charlize.
And you're soon to be Chef Charlize.
Chef
Yes,
Charlize.
soon to be Chef Charlize. She's gonna be making pies and
Birthday
amazing.
pies.
Well, let's get to why you're here.
Why did you choose Pharma
Yeah,
Life?
why? Yeah, I'm curious actually. Well, let's get into that before your history a little bit. Why did you come here? I'm curious. What was the story behind that?
We were actually planning to take some time off from the business that we run, and we were first planning to go to sort of south of Europe to just get away from everything, from our cold winters up in the north,
Sure.
in Sweden. But then we read an article about Pharma Life and just thought that this is the place that we should go to. So we just, the minute we had read it, we just looked it up, and we decided that this was what we needed.
It's excellent.
And that was the article in Get Fresh magazine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the funny thing about manifesting what you want is that once we made up our minds, we went online to see how much the trip would cost, and just a week later when we were at Eric's
A week, it was like a day actually.
yeah.
Wow.
A day or two after that, we went up to Eric's parents and we got a financial contribution from Eric's grandmother that covered the trip exactly.
So we just,
Wow.
yeah,
There it is. Just like that.
Instant
Instant
manifestation.
manifestors right here.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. So you're here on the farm. As we've talked while you're here, you both have had stories, really kind of profound stories as per how you got into raw foods, because they own a raw food restaurant in Sweden, and we'll get into that in a second. But let's get into your histories a little bit. So whoever wants to start.
All right. Well, I started. When we met, we were like on and off healthy eating. I made up this chart that we had to organic, vegetarian, no crap in the food, no sugar and everything, and we kind of had to keep track a little on healthy eating. We were always into healthy eating, but never quite made it. And we were visiting in Iceland and ate worse than ever, because in Iceland, my Iceland that I know is mostly like white bread and milkshakes and everything. So when we got back, we felt kind of crappy, and I read an article about this center in Sweden where they do raw foods, and I went over there for a weekend, and I thought I was going to gradually convert to raw foods, but I just didn't want to eat anything else after that weekend. And so I started fanatically eating raw foods for a few weeks while trying to convince Eric, and he left for 2 weeks. And when he came
So that's how he felt about it.
Yeah.
he left for
See ya.
Brazil.
Bye.
I had a trip that I was gonna do to Brazil actually. When I got back, I almost didn't recognize her, because there was some kind of glow that I guess
The
I'd
raw
seen
food
that
glow.
before, some kind of glow, but not. There was something special about you, and I think that's when I understood that there was something in that raw foods thing that I had to look deeper into. I had a history of an illness because of a vaccine that I had taken that made me very, very, very sick, and I've had digestive problems for many years, and I'd sort of succumbed to the idea that I would have to live with that for the rest of my life, because I tried so many. And but then I discovered a couple of books about raw foods, and I read that people who had the same kind of symptoms that I had actually healed themselves. And I decided to give it a try, and I had a couple of rough months because I didn't follow the programs as I should have. I sort of just jumped right into it, instead of taking it slowly. But after 3 months, I think I had sort of almost gotten rid of all the problems. So
It was reversed.
fast.
Right?
yeah,
3 months on raw food.
Yeah.
That is
Wow,
fast.
that's quick.
and
power.
I actually, even though we've been, back and forth with stress and family and everything, we've always stuck to the idea that the raw food lifestyle in general, with some steps here and there from time to time, I mean, that's okay, is what that's how we want to live, because we know that is how
Hey.
You never ever had your digestive problems anymore.
No, that's
Even when
amazing.
yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
I couldn't eat a salad. I couldn't eat a bowl of salad that would make me feel completely bloated and just, and now I can eat raw celery. I can eat everything without any problem. So that
What is it like
amazing.
eating raw food in Sweden? I mean,
It's
That's a good question.
far north, obviously
It's
things
tough to
don't
get
grow
food,
year
right?
round, and you
Well,
lack sun up there
It's
too.
imported a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, and it depends also on where you are, because like if you're in a small place, maybe. Well, our like store that we go to, you can get cucumber and tomatoes and apples that are organic all year long. But
Mhm.
otherwise, we kind of have to find other means to get the organic stuff. But you can always sprout, and you can always make. Well, obviously, like an 80-10-10, like fruit-oriented diet is a bit hard over
Sure.
there.
And to be honest, I don't know if I would recommend that, because so much of the
Sweden,
fruit is
no.
unripe.
It's so
Yes.
yeah.
So I don't know if you can actually live healthy for a very long time if you only consume fruit that is
That are
basically unripe all the time.
Totally agreed. I mean, the big three here that we teach is local, seasonal, and organic.
Yeah.
Sure, here in the tropics, you could eat fruit all year long, no problem. But up in those northern climates where it's wintertime, the greens are going to prevail.
Yeah.
More of those raw greens, a lot of the juicing.
So you guys eat a lot of greens then, and raw
Yeah.
nuts and
We
seeds.
have a lot of we have a lot of friends.
Kale always sticks up in the snow.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, sure.
oh
Kale
that's
survives.
beautiful.
Kale chips too.
Absolutely.
For
And
the warmth of
And that what an amazing green, because it's growing in that greenhouse too.
Yeah, you
it
can
grows
grow it.
everywhere. Kale grows everywhere. And remember, when in the winter times up in those northern environments, the sun doesn't shine a lot. And so you want to eat more greens because the greens grab the sun.
Yeah.
And so when you eat those greens, you're eating the sun. And so that really helps people that are involved in cold winters where the sun's not shining much.
I think one thing that's inspiring about your story is that you healed yourself in this northern climate. A lot of people challenge us, like, oh, well, sure, you're in Costa Rica, anyone can heal in this warm climate where fruit is so abundant and there's so much life force in our food. But you did it almost. You
Right.
can't get much farther north in Sweden.
In
Right.
Stockholm, where there's like no spring water and no barefooting and no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So-
Life,
Yeah,
it's amazing the power of raw foods, just the life force energy. Just that little bit of life force energy that's in the food is still able to heal people from the north. It's truly amazing.
But one thing I think it's important to say as well is up there, when you have all the darkness and the cold climate, I think it's important to be able to allow yourself to have the occasional maybe warm soup or stuff
Absolutely.
like that, because I think it's even more difficult to go in with a really shut perspective that you're gonna live completely raw from the first day, when you have the challenges that darkness gives you. I mean, we've sort of, I think in the beginning we were trying to stick to that 100% all the time,
Mhm.
but that actually creates more guilt and more problem for you than just feeling open to eating the way you. I mean, it's a challenge not to eat anything else but raw foods.
And Eric's right, because we always say here, it's not about being 100% raw, it's about being 100% happy and healthy. And you can find that with really clean cooked foods as well.
Right, and it's not about the label.
Yep.
No,
The
it's not
raw
about the
food label.
I think
Yep.
a lot of people should just drop the labels, because that makes it easier.
Best way to go. Best way to go. Now, I tell you, you both have said your stories, and you had some really profound results with raw food. That's brought you to be passionate about your next venture, the two of you, which was a raw food restaurant. Tell us about that a little bit.
So we run a hotel together to start with, but
Yes.
like life in the capital and and running a hotel in Stockholm was really, really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So we moved, and we sort of by chance found a venue in the south of Sweden, and just started a raw food cafe there, the first in Sweden actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
There have been some.
What's the name of it?
It's called Kiviks Lilla Råa.
Nice.
Wow. How about
the
that?
Translated would be this.
The
This
little raw
place.
of Kivik.
Yeah.
Like Mao's little red, it's Kivik's little raw, kind of. It sounds better in
Brian-
Swedish.
Brian-
Something
It
like that.
does. Say it again.
I got it. But I'm just excited that there's a raw restaurant in Sweden.
Yeah. Well, there are a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
There are a few.
I've
especially
heard
in the
people
south.
saying that like the Sweden-Denmark region where we live, that it's sort of the quickest expanding raw food region of Europe.
Wow.
Because there's so many things
There are
going
like
on.
5 restaurants in Copenhagen
And like
3 in Malmö, which is, well, you wouldn't know, but it's very close. It's like an hour from us, and then over the bridge is like 20 more minutes to Copenhagen. So, like that entire region is raw food. Raw
so
food
it's like,
capital.
yeah, it's
That's
sort of
amazing.
it's sort of a
Yeah.
trigger effect that when people see that the raw foods movement lifestyle is actually something. It's not just like
Portraying,
temporary trend that's
No.
gonna die, but people are actually opening restaurants and cafes.
Yeah.
Yep.
More people come and start like trying it out, and so it's good when there are pioneers and forerunners that
Yeah.
actually try to change stuff.
It's proof that the raw movement's here to stay.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, "Oh, this is just another diet fad. It'll fizzle out." But you know, with a business like this that's growing in popularity, ours, and all the raw food restaurants that are opening up all over the world, you can tell people are wanting and are more concerned more and
Yeah.
more about their health, right?
And very,
You
very
know?
few people that start up with raw foods quit entirely. I mean, there are
Right.
people obviously who start up and who aren't ready yet, but there's still that little something. Like my father
Mhm.
and his mother, they've both been raw for a while, and then their life situations haven't allowed them to continue entirely. But both of them know that it's the best for them. And so they're always going to try to go back as much as they can when
Yeah,
they
have
can.
it with them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. Now, and how's the business doing? Are you doing pretty well?
Oh yeah. Well,
The doors are staying open?
The cafe is open from April to August, plus
Mhm.
a little Christmas table around Christmas, and maybe some events from time to time.
Okay.
Then we have the web shop that covers the rest of the year. Well, it covers the entire
The
year.
web shop.
Yeah.
And what do you sell on your web? So you have a website where you sell items.
Yeah.
We sell all sort of things, you know, connected to raw food lifestyle, vegan lifestyle. It's everything from seaweed, some supplements, superfoods, some like raw nuts,
Mhm.
seeds,
Dried fruit.
fruit.
Books and DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thing that
What's
you-
the name of this website? Because we want to share with our viewers. Down
Well-
below on the screen, you're going to see it. Here it is.
Yeah. It's Råvarubutiken.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's not gonna be. I'm not
It's not
typing
gonna
that
be
in.
it.
All your Nordic viewers, that might be
For the Nordic viewers,
Yeah.
you'll understand that. But now for us English viewers, what's it called? Not sure?
It's the fresh item store.
Fresh Item Store.
Raw
That's
food
not a name.
factory.
It's
Look,
not a- yeah.
We'll have the website on the screen,
and
below on
everyone
the
can
screen.
go in and have a look.
And you can go in and have a look and buy, you know.
We will start producing raw foods as well under
Like
the
crackers
international
and-
name of the Raw Food Factory.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that is going to be the international brand of what we're going to produce.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So those of you that are in Europe, you know, up in the northern European countries, and you're looking for a place to get some good deals on raw food online, go to this website that you're seeing at the bottom of the screen.
Do it.
Do it. Well, Vilda and Eric, I know you guys are going to be moving on here in a few days. You're going to Pachamama
Yeah.
to experience that, and I've heard lots of good things there too. I just want to let you know that we had a great time with you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've had
so
a-
We
you-
sure
we've had a
did.
good time.
You're part of the Farmer Life family, and that's what we call this YouTube channel. And I think, yeah, you're members of it now forever.
We have our
That's for
Viking
sure.
additions to the family.
Yes, our Vikings.
And we're coming back, and
Good.
we're
hopefully
retreat.
we're
Planning
gonna
a
host a retreat here.
Yeah, next year. So we'll be back.
Let's do it.
Do it.
A Swedish retreat.
Yeah.
Bring them all here. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Pura vida.